didn't do the flashing right on it. And I've got pictures because I walked up there, and you'll see when I do the report, but it's back in there. A roofer's gonna have to fix that, or that could leak. And then this roof here, this half round roof here, or this arched roof, they really weren't supposed to use shingles on that kind of roof because when it gets to the top, that's more like a flat surface, and shingles are not designed to be on a flat surface.
Gotcha.
Normally you see a metal or copper or something over that kind of roof. So I'm gonna recommend maybe doing something like that so that roof doesn't leak down the road. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then there were a few damaged shingles on the roof. It almost looked like maybe a limb hit it or somebody was up there working. It's just there's some gouges in the roof that I'll have pictures of, and I'll put that in the report too.
Okay.
All right, let's go around this way. So nice out here today.
It is. It's a perfect temperature.
So this, are we still going? I always like to recommend guardrails when you have retaining walls this high off the ground for children. So, you know, if this is, you know, if there's ever going to be any children here, you know, I'm going to note that in the report.
Okay.
This wall over here, it's buckled a little bit. It's probably, you know, maybe it's not all the settling it's going to do, but see this gap right here? So it's doing this at this gap. You can see where these are called dead men. See how they're doing this? They would have been horizontal when they built this thing, but now they've so probably the grading settled and it pushed it out a little bit.
Okay.
You know, like I said, it may stay like this for many, many years and be fine, but when I see any kind of movement on a retaining wall this high, I have to say let a structural engineer. Anytime a retaining wall is over 4 feet high, it has to be assessed by a structural engineer if there's any problems. So I'm going to recommend that in the report.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, see these windows here, Elizabeth? See how they have this is what I'm supposed to see over every window.
Gotcha.
This metal flashing. That's what I always look for on these homes. And so for some reason, they did all the windows on this side of the house, and that was it. They didn't do any other of the windows. And the same thing with the doors.
Okay.
So that will be in there. This is the heat pump for let's see, I think that's the main level. This is the heat pump for the basement.
Okay.
And I think it was put in 2015. Yeah, 2015, and that was 2014.
Okay.
And they're both working great. The only thing I didn't see any service records, so I'm just going to recommend getting them serviced and then keep them on a yearly service plan.
Okay.
But yeah, they're both working great. I think that was it on this side. There's a few little cracks in the foundation, like right here, that I feel like are pretty typical. We'll probably put in the report, you know, if you want to get a structural engineer. We're not structural engineers, to, you know, assess it further, you can. But I feel like those are pretty typical, and there's a few on the back as well. See this downspout right here, Elizabeth? This is repaired incorrectly, because really you shouldn't see that part of it. The downspout, the drain line should go around the downspout.
Gotcha.
Right now, when water comes out of that, it's just going to come out here. It's going to come around it, so
Okay.
it's not really working. So I'll put that in there.
Okay.
Great view.
It is.
So see here, same here. They should have put the flash in it. And it goes over the trim, like I was showing you over there. And it's just missing everywhere, like right here. It's missing everywhere. So, and up there, there's a couple damaged pieces of siding up there. You can see them better when you're on that deck.
Okay.
That I'll put in there too. We'll walk out on the deck in a minute, but that guardrail and that guardrail, they're a little loose. When we go out there, I'll show you.
Okay.
They're a little loose, just right there. The rest of them were fine. The deck actually looks pretty good. There's just one area that I'm going to recommend repairing. You can see that they built it really solid. See how close these joints are together?
Yep.
They're like 12 inches apart. That's really good. This girder here, when they attached it to the house, it didn't really, it's kind of coming loose, and I don't feel like they did a very good job of attaching it.
Okay.
So maybe just have somebody fix that. I mean, this post is right here, so it's not like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon, but still, I just want to get it fixed.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. This retaining wall looks like it was in pretty good shape.
Okay.
This generator is out of level, and then it looks like it's damaged right here.
Okay.
I don't think that's going to affect the function of the generator, but still, I'm just going to note that. And then this needs a better cover plate. This is not the right cover plate for this electrical box.
Okay.
So I'll put that in there too. It looks like this is the pump for the septic.
Well, so it says it's city water, city sewer.
Well, they still may have had to pump to get it up to the city, though.
Okay.
That's probably what it is.
Okay.
And that looks good. You've got an alarm right there. That's the alarm if this thing ever backflows or overflows.
Okay.
That alarm will go off.
Okay.
But yeah, it's probably like up there. They had to pump it up.
Yep.
All right. We'll keep cruising around. I don't know if you can get it on your video, Elizabeth, but that little retaining wall there,
Yep. The
it's
rough
kind
one.
of falling apart. I think it was just kind of built incorrectly.
Okay.
So I'm just going to recommend somebody redoing that.
Okay.
And that's not a huge deal, but It's a pretty small little retaining wall. So this house has two propane tanks, Elizabeth.
Okay.
There's one here, and then there's one at the front yard. We can go look at that in a second.
Okay.
The one at the front has a damaged lid. I'll show you. So I'm not really sure why they felt like they needed to have two here.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot of gas.
No, there's not. They just kind of, it's overkill.
Yeah. I guess if you wanted more down the road, maybe they were going to do a furnace at one point. Here, I'll show you where that other one is real quick.
Okay.
There's a few cracks in the driveway that I'm just going to notice typical, like right here.
Okay.
If you want to seal them, you can. It's right here. It's under this rock.
Oh.
And then it has, this one just seems like it's, whoa.
Oh, look, there's a little
Lizard.
lizard.
They're all over the place.
Oh, that's
The
crazy.
lid doesn't stay on there.
Okay.
just
It's
went
gonna
over my
crawl.
boot.
It's gonna crawl up your leg.
Please don't do that.
I know.
Where did it go?
It went into the bush. We're
Okay,
good. It won't
I
get
want
to.
to make sure it wasn't going up my leg. That's funny. They're
That would've
everywhere
been
around this
fun.
house. They're everywhere. That's like the sixth one I run into.
Oh, that's so funny.
I think that's pretty much it on the outside.
Okay.
Not bad. All right, now we can go run through the inside and
Sounds
show you a
good.
few things.